as the Pelicans go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, for Minnesota, the talk has been... Here in New Orleans, we've got the Minnesota Timberwolves facing the New Orleans Pelicans. Welcome to our 2K sports broadcast of the NBA on a Monday afternoon. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Clark, tonight in this matchup, young teams, not a lot of experience, and there are tough things for these young players to pick up as they make their journey, I know, through the NBA.
You're really right on top of it there, Kevin, because young players tend to be more emotional, and that doesn't always serve you well. Being poised and calm and confident is what you see from veteran players. Understanding game situations and having the presence of mind to be aware in all situations is part of what sometimes isn't prevalent with young players.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague out there with Wiggins, and it's Butler in at the 3. Now here's Rondo. Cousins, no good. Wiggins outside. Pass to Teague. From beyond the arc, it's rebounded by New Orleans. Outside, Davis dishes it to Holiday. Here's the pass to Rondo. Screen by Cousins, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Mirotic is checked in. Teague dishes to Towns. On the wing, Wiggins. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did have a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. He said that interior presence is #1 on their list defensively. He told me that they have to make it difficult inside and close out the passing lanes to prevent easy looks in the paint. We'll see if that works for him, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Mirotic hits the bucket. For Minnesota, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. T kicks to Butler. Over Moore. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Wiggins outside. Takes the 3. That one doesn't go. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. And here's Moore outside. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Moore's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Towns sets the pick for Teague. Down low. Can they get it? Towns, no luck.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him. And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20 and 10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as young as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit.
Now here's Teague. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Towns, the pass to Teague. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. And Holiday has it in the corner. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Timberwolves trail by 9.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Towns, the screen. "16 feet away." Another miss by Towns.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
Rondo kicks to Davis. Out to the right wing. Miritich has a wide open look. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And they are starting to pull away here as their shots continue to fall.
Yeah, I agree with you. Big run taking place right now, and it looks to be the beginning of the end.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Greg, from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
T dishes to Wiggins. Passes it to Butler. Towns sets the pick for Butler. Shot clock at 6. Inside, Gibson, and Miritich sends it back. Outside Rondo. Davis gets a wide open look. No good from outside. Timberwolves trail by 12. Wiggins with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Wiggins passes to Gibson. T kicks to Gibson. Wiggins dishes to Towns. Gibson a screen. Shot to stop the drought. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. There's the feed to Rondo. Miritich the screen. Rondo against T. With a floater, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Towns.
Yeah, Rondo just isn't afraid of getting hammered on the inside. Remarkable at getting under the skin of his opponents and forcing the issue.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
And the first one drops.
Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those 2 anchors on the front line.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Greg, what would you say is the key for the Pelicans to get back in the playoff mix?
There's several. I think rebounding was a big problem. The trade for Cousins should help in that area. And every team needs more shooting. But I think in particular, this group does. And then first and foremost, look, you got to stay healthy. Hard to figure out what you have when you never get a chance to see it.
And Butler just excellent at finding ways to get to the stripe, especially when he's near the basket.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game. A free throw drops for Butler. And the NBA has had coaches who are as legendary as any player. With that in mind, Clark, who is your pick as the greatest coach of all time?
Man, I can't even begin to have an answer for that one. There's some guys that jump out, though, when you think about that list, who would be on it. Greg Popovich for sure. Phil Jackson would have to be included on that list. Red Auerbach, Chuck Daly for the way he was able to manage his players. Pat Riley, you'd have to consider him as part of being on somebody worthy of that list as well. And I'll even go back a little farther and throw Lenny Wilkins in the mix. I thought he was really good with a number of different teams that he coached.
Here's Clark. From deep. And the Pelicans miss again.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Towns. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Davis. Goes up on the block. No good from Clark. Timberwolves trailed by 11. Crawford passes to Rose. Crawford kicks to Towns. Shoots off the screen. Crawford outside. A fader. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Towns has got it back down to single digits for the Timberwolves. They set the screen. Rondo passes to Diallo, and it's Clark in the corner. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here. Rose dishes to Butler. Here's Bielitsa. He's guarded by Davis. Butler against Hill. Shots good by Butler.
Tip your hat to Butler there. A lot of respect if you're the defense. I mean, he's got a knack for making tough shots against good defense.
Towns with the steal. Outside Rose. Pass to Bielitsa. Kicks to Crawford. Now the dish to Towns. Off target at the rim.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And that does it for the first quarter. Pelicans lead by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in and night out. But they do. I have to learn to cope with that and still find a way to be successful on both ends of the floor. And it's a learning curve for me also, but I'm figuring it out.
Hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player. And if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
You saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Rolling, absolutely rolling. Flat out killing it from beyond the arc.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for New Orleans right now, Rajon Rondo is out there with Ian Clark. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Solomon Hill. And Diallo in at the 4 slot. Bielitsa misses. New Orleans leading by 10.
Yeah, and last season, DeMarcus Cousins moving on in that blockbuster trade. Really impossible to get equal value for a star like Cousins, but he was pleased, I think, to put all the rumors of being traded to bed.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. And he is not resting on his laurels. He said, "I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times." Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player. Now here's Jones. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Jones sets the pick for Chang. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Rose. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And with Cousins, he found out that he was being traded to the Pelicans while at the All-Star game in New Orleans.
And it's never easy fitting in with another star like the Brow, but Cousins is just so skilled that you knew they would find a balance. And at the end of the day, Cousins seems to be happy with a team who's committed to him.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, when you play against this Minnesota team, you know they like to play at a slower pace. I mean, they had one of the slowest paces of play in the league last season. Not a team that really wants to put the pedal to the metal.
Miller's checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for Rajon Rondo. Minnesota also with the sub. Taj Gibson's checked in for Bielitsa. Now here is Holiday. He's got 6. Down low. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Jones against Holiday. Jones kicks to Rose. Chang, a screen, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. And for the Wolves and their slower style of play, Clark, it makes sense when you look at their roster. They have guys who command a lot of attention in half-court sets.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, Towns is the big one there. His versatility, he can step out as a big guy and make perimeter shots out to the three-point line. He can post it. Pretty good passer. Wiggins, terrific in isolations. Outstanding offensive player. This team can score the ball in transition. It's just not something they look for. I think they've got to balance it, though. Half-court action and a little more transition opportunity, and to grow defensively will allow this team to sniff the playoffs.
Here's Crawford after the basket by Nikola Mirotic. Jones against Holiday. Here's Gibson. Another miss by Minnesota. Pelicans leading by 8. And it's Miller in the corner. Moore outside. Holiday, a screen on Jones. Moore passes to Holiday. Here's Jones. Mirotic grabs the miss. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And Moore kicks to Holiday. Mirotic, a screen on Jones. A shot by Holiday, no good. Timberwolves trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Wiggins dishes to Gibson. Shoots over Mirotic. And the rejection by Cousins.
When he puts everything he has into his defense, Cousins can be a force. Big, strong, and smart. Of course, he's going to block his share of shots when he's committed.
Minnesota shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Anthony Davis is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Minnesota. That free throw, good from Jang.
And, you know, Gorgie Jang is a big man who can play both the 4 and the 5. He doesn't stand out on offense, understated there, but very valuable and solid and consistent. He's a rim protector and a space eater, but also a pretty effective rebounder, too.
Now here's Moore. Over Wiggins. That's short off the rim. Timberwolves Timberwolves trail by 5. Teague left side, a baseline J. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. And Jang, a solid challenger at the rim with his shot blocking. Clark, he doesn't mind having a secondary role on a team as long as they are winning.
Yeah, you know what? He's really comfortable in his own skin and what his role is. He's got great awareness of how to help his team. Never tries to do too much on the offensive end, and he's really good at playing with any other type of big guy that the Wolves put on the floor.
He kicks to T. He dishes it to Gibson. Goes up again. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Minnesota making some changes. Towns comes in for Gorgie Dang. And it's Butler in for Jamal Crawford. Now, here's Butler. Following the miss by Taj Gibson. Count it. 6 points for Jimmy Butler.
And Butler does a nice job using his body. I mean, especially when he's close to the basket, comfortable operating inside.
Now, here's Holiday. 6 points for him. Here's Miller. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer.
That free throw good from Miller. One of the toughest parts about playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves is the travel schedule.
Yeah.
Clark, even interdivision games can involve lengthy flights, and the team travels more than any other in the NBA.
Yeah, and you know, everybody travels, and it is part of the league, but it is a small disadvantage for Minnesota to deal with. Not a big one, but nonetheless something unique to them as a team. Not much you can do about it, though. That's their lot, and they've got to make it work.
Now, here is Holiday. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, and the rejection by Towns. Here's Butler. Second shot opportunity. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. For Minnesota, they have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for New Orleans. Free throw good, Wiggins. And with Andrew Wiggins, you know he can be deadly from mid-range, but he's seen an uptick in scoring, Clark, because he's been focusing on all the little things you need to master as a perimeter wing threat.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He has been focusing on those intangible, those small things that are big things in making a difference in how efficient you are on offense. He's improved his play running the pick and roll every year. He's excellent in transition and off cuts, and has really worked on becoming a better finisher off the screen and roll handoff.
Here's Teague after the basket by Nikola Mirotic. And counted, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Hey, scoring off misses, that's easy buckets. Something Towns has the length and tenacity to do on a regular basis. You know, watching Towns play, you always hope to catch him on a night where he's in attack mode, being aggressive. He's, I think, most dangerous when he's aggressive on offense and attacking the basket. At times he can settle for the perimeter shot a little much, but he's got so much to offer in his offensive game that I just like watching him play, period.
with that one. And Clark, to the point about Towns settling for outside shots, last season it was something that he self-corrected. After the halfway point of the season, he took less threes and it drastically improved his output.
Well, quite honestly, Kevin, the bulk of his points should come from near the rim, but he does need to take some of those perimeter shots to keep the defense honest and a little off balance. And I think he's really unstoppable, though, when he gets going to the hoop.
Now here's Teague. 6 to shoot. Feeds it to Rose. Over Rondo. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got the lead up to 2 now for the Timberwolves.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here is Davis, looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Holiday. Rebound, Minnesota. Here's Butler. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one is on Holiday.
You know, sometimes the athleticism of Butler just too much for the defense. Sometimes you have to simply resort to giving up the foul on that drive.
The Timberwolves made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. Free throw, good Butler.
And watching Jimmy Butler, he just offers so much on offense from a scoring standpoint. You know, obviously he can get to the rack and draw the defense to him. Also really improved his ability to knock it down from beyond. Just a complete offensive player.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Diallo comes in for Mirotic, and Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday. That one misses. And Greg, as you said, Butler is a threat to score from any part of the floor.
It's a bit of a dying art, though, hitting that mid-range jump shot. Butler also does a great job of getting to the line. That's increased over the course of his career. Just a well-rounded offensive player.
Outside T. Gibson passes to Rose. Here's Towns. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Towns has got 5 points now this quarter.
And, you know, you see Towns able to overpower the defender there. He's really tough once he gets it that close to the rim.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Timberwolves ahead, up 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, you got some scoring going in that first half. What did you take advantage of?
I'm just finding spots, not chasing it, letting it come to me. Just using what my teammates give me.
Productive half so far, Karl Anthony. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. The first quarter was a difficult one for Minnesota. Abysmal shooting from the field, miss after miss, and unable to get into any kind of rhythm. They simply could not put together an efficient offensive run. In the second quarter, however, they were not the same team, turning the game upside down. They played smart, energetic basketball, and were able to blaze out to a 5-point lead. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, they're doing a great job of pushing the action and getting to the foul line. They aren't just pulling up for uncontested shots. They're making the defense react to them. In transition, on the dribble, and with those quick cuts, they're in attack mode. That's dangerous. To beat them, you need to force them to play more defensively.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Well, I didn't even know who some of these guys were, but their bench came up with some big shots, gave the team a lift offensively. It's always possible those guys will see more minutes in the second half, but at the same time, if you're a starter for a reason. We shall see, Ernie.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
the second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Mirotic really making a difference here.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Teague, and it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. Outside Holiday, and that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Holiday's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Pelicans. They set the pick. Gibson the screen. And Davis sends it back. Rondo against Teague. Rondo kicks to Holiday. Moore outside. Back to Holiday. And stolen by Wiggins. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Teague dishes to Butler. He feeds it to Wiggins. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, you think about Wiggins, drafted #1 overall a few years ago. So many high expectations, and to be fair and honest, he's met most of them.
Shoot 2.
The first one falls. Clark, you were a fantastic rebounder your entire career. What do you feel gave you the edge over the other players on the glass?
You know, one of my fellow Buckeye greats, actually the greatest Buckeye of all time in basketball, I think, was Jerry Lucas. And he talked an awful lot about rebounding being more about timing and pursuit of the ball than anything else. And I had a good gift of timing, and I clearly was chasing down that pumpkin as well as most. And those were the things that allowed me to be a good rebounder. Good timing, good hands, and pursuit of the basketball. It wasn't complicated, but some of it was giftedness. The other part was persistence and hard work.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
First one falls for him. Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. One, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And two, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't the player he once was on that Celtic team.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's such a hard-headed guy and has his own way of approaching things. If you clash with him, everything goes up in flames with his game. He needs to be on the same page with his coach, and he's running out of coaches who will put up with it.
Wiggins with and Holiday picks him up defensively. Wiggins kicks to Gibson. The jump hook and off the fryer, and in it goes. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Staying alert and aware, Wiggins sees his man flash to an open spot. Pass is right on the money.
Here's more. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. One thing that Tom Thibodeau can be depended on as a coach is giving his star players a lot of minutes. In fact, in Chicago, Clarkson criticized him for doing that. Others praised him for it. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a team leader, he expects you to be on the floor a lot and produce a lot.
Yeah, and that's part of the job. Hey, when you get right down to it, if you're one of the best players, you've got to show up and do your job all the time. And you look at players who've played under Thibodeau. I mean, he's had the league leader in average minutes 3 times in his career as a coach. Said himself that he expects his guys to get used to what star players do, which includes a lot of minutes.
And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass.
And Greg, you wouldn't expect it from a Coach Thibodeau team, but defense was an issue for the Timberwolves last year.
And the Wolves brought in Butler to help with offense, but more importantly, his defense. And Butler, familiar with what Thibs likes to do on both ends of the floor, has the leadership the team needs, particularly on the defensive end.
And I like the decisions Butler makes with the ball. He's a solid passer and really has a nice feel for how to get his teammates open and clean looks.
Now here's Rondo, outside Holiday, rebound by Butler.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot, clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
Pass to T. Cousins against Towns. Butler kicks to Towns. 5 to shoot. Rumors about Butler being traded from Chicago were circulating last season. Draft day comes around, and the Minnesota Timberwolves made their move great to acquire him.
Yeah, and the more you look at it, the trade looks great for Butler and the Wolves. Reunites him with Coach Thibodeau. Joins an incredibly young core in Towns and Wiggins, and the sky's the limit, I think, for this young Wolves team.
Gentlemen, truth shots. Move shots.
First one falls for. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper, you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. 2 Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary.
Textbook shooting from the stripe. Great form, soft release, mark it up.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
You know, the last few seasons, the Timberwolves assembled a terrific young core. Now they're ready, I think, to take that next step forward. Adding veterans like Butler, Teague, and Gibson, I think they're ready to win right now.
Now here's Wiggins. 5 points in the game.
Trying to employ physical defense against Wiggins, but this young man powers right through it. Very impressive.
Third quarter of basketball here in just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's Cousins. The shot's good. Cousins has got his first basket. For the Wolves in their breakout season, everyone was waiting for. The pressure is felt by the team. It's just hard to pick out when a group of young players, Clark, is going to put it all together.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but that Western Conference about as stacked as it's ever been, Kevin. But you know what? I think the Wolves are primed and ready to be contenders.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything. Here's Wiggins. New Orleans knocking down that triple moments ago. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And there's the foul against New Orleans. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Minnesota?
I like the work they've done at the free throw line all throughout this game. They've been the aggressors.
I like the work they've been doing in the low post, too. I mean, we've seen a lot of points coming on the inside all day.
No good on that one.
And still varying opinions out there of what Andrew Wiggins can and can't do. But one thing that's indisputable, he's an incredible scorer. Whether it's half-court transition, he can flat out fill it up in a hurry.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Mirotic has checked in for Davis, and Ian Clark subbed in for Moore. And the second free throw, good. And Wiggins, his young career, just getting better and better at scoring, Greg, while increasing his workload.
Yeah, and very few scorers can do that, especially from that two-guard spot. Wiggins has that special talent where he can flat out carry an offense. Scary to think that this is a kid who is just scratching the surface.
Now, Wiggins, following the three-point attempt by Nikola Mirotic, drains the three-pointer.
And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
Pelicans trail by 8. Mirotic, a screen on Rose. Holiday, the pass to Cousins. Here's Mirotic. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And when Mirotic first came over to the NBA, he made a big splash, showed that he can act as that stretch 4 and contribute. Unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved as a player since that rookie year.
That free throw, no good. And for Mirotic, a lot of his lack, Greg, of progression as a player has come from inconsistency.
And you can see it in his field goal percentage as well as when he plays. It needs to find more consistency in every facet of the game. But young enough, I think, to still make that happen.
New Orleans making a switch here. Hill's checked in. And he's good on the second.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now. Doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
That first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
with it. He's got 9. It's Hill on the wing. Cousins with a screen for Hill. Down low, hangs, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Greg, when you watch DeMarcus Cousins play, you can see the beating he takes in the post, can't you?
Yeah, and that's just how it goes with star centers with the size and activity of Cousins. Just like Shaq in the sense, big bruising centers are hard to officiate. Other players can lay into them and not even make a dent, but anyone else, it would be a foul.
Diallo, he's checked in for Solomon Hill. And he sinks the second.
Yeah, and Cousins, with his physical style, always among the league leaders in free throws.
Here's Rose. Dishes it to Towns. Now the pass to Wiggins. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Wiggins has got 13 points in the second half.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Miritich the screen. From past the arc. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 13 points for Nikola Miritich.
Beautiful pick by the big man, Cousins.
Passes it to Crawford. Gibson the screen. The feed to Wiggins. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Wiggins has got 18 points.
Yeah, high percentage look there, Kevin. I mean, Wiggins reads the defense and then basically just takes what he's given there.
And Miritich kicks to Cousins. Back to Miritich. Launches it. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. And no debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
Now here's Towns. He's got 11. Here's Wiggins. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off.
He's simply just willing himself to the line here.
Some changes for New Orleans. Davis comes in for Diallo. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ian Clark. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Butler's checked in. No good at the stripe this time. The second misses also. Pelicans trail by 7. Outside Rondo. Kicks to Davis. 8 feet away. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Davis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Wiggins, good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Cousins, no one around him. Buries the long-range jumper. Cousins has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And, you know, Cousins is tough inside, but he's got a nice outside touch, too. Didn't have that shot when he first got into the league, but now he does.
Butler kicks to Towns. Over Davis. That one off the back iron and out. Takes the 3. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for the Minnesota Timberwolves. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Keep the ball moving, quick decisions, get the ball from side to side, set better screens, Defensively, we got to do a much better job. Let's get on the glass.
Big tune up there from Tom Thibodeau. Wants to see improvement in a number of areas.
Yeah, and to me, it comes down to better execution across the board. Each guy needs to hold himself accountable for his part in the bigger scheme.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. The star big men pair of Davis and Cousins are up front. Rajon Rondo is out there with Holiday, and it's Mirotic in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Now here's Davis. Cousins, no good. Outside Rose. Towns, a screen on Rondo. Outside Rose, pocket 6. Towns, the screen. The shot from 20 feet away. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Ejuan Moore is checked in for the Pelicans. Rondo against T. Rondo kicks to Davis. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Davis has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for New Orleans. Rondo against T. To the wing on the left. Here's Gibson. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. And they're really looking strong here.
Mirotic sets the screen for Rondo. Over to the left wing. Cousins with a screen on Rose. Here's Moore. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Butler with the ball. Now guarded by Mirotic. Now here's Teague. Gibson dishes to Teague. Back to Gibson. 4 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. He tries for 3. Teague can't hit.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
3-pointer, and Rajon Rondo the basket on the assist from Mirotic. 6 points for Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, they're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Rose kicks to T. Gibson the screen. Here's Towns. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And Towns gets it to go.
Good defense, lots of pressure there, but Towns adept at scoring with the hand in his face.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Holiday's checked in. Pelicans trail by 3. Rondo kicks to Moore. Davis with a screen on Teague. Fires at the elbow. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And with great players, you've got to pick your poison. You'll live with Cousins shooting from mid-range.
T kicks to Butler. They set the pick to the middle. Here's Towns. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Minnesota making a switch here. Crawford's checked in. Outside Teague. And Gibson kicks to Crawford. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Towns. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Moore against T. Moore passes to Holiday. Davis sets a screen off the pick. And that one goes long. Minnesota leading by 5. Towns kicks to Crawford. And the rejection by Cousins. Outside Holiday over Crawford. Another miss by Holiday. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Outside Butler. Outside Teague. 5 on the clock. Here's Towns. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Towns has got 8 points here in this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point blank range. Can't happen.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Cousins. Timberwolves leading by 5. And here is Teague. Pass to Towns. Over Davis. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got his 3rd rebound on the night. The dish to Rondo. Moore against Butler. Davis sets a screen. And it's Moore penetrating. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. First free throw is good. And so Moore nails both of them. Timberwolves leading by 3. Minnesota calls timeout.
Sorry.
The presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball, a little over 50% from the field, and a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. We're almost there. Guys?
Now here's Teague following the shot by Drew Holiday. Over to the wing. Towns is doubled. Moore with the steal. He kicks it to Holiday. Outside, Davis. Back to Holiday. Davis setting the pick for Holiday. 4 on the clock. Up and in on the way.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but themselves. Got to prevent them from getting good looks this late in the ball game. You got to come up with stops.
Towns, the screen. Butler against Moore. Lays it up off the glass. 9 points for Butler.
And Butler, no stranger to these pressure situations. A big-time gamer who knows how to take over on key possessions.
Now here's Moore. Now Cousins. And they pick up 2. Cousins has got 6 points in the quarter.
And Cousins never shy when his team needs a game-changing basket.
And Gibson kicks to Crawford. He dishes it to Towns. Gibson the screen. Elbow shot. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Big time bucket there.
And guys, you don't have to tell these fans how important that shot was.
Now here's Teague. And Gibson kicks to Crawford. Davis against Towns. It's stolen by Davis. Outside Holiday. Rondo with it. Butler covering. Davis sets a screen. Feeds to Cousins. Connects!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing them deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Now here's Teague. Butler kicks to Towns. For Davis. Count! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Absolutely amazing, Kevin. This young man is so money. And his teammates absolutely love him. Carl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Big Cat.
Wiggins is checked in for Jamal Crawford. Here's Moore. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're behind by 3. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Exactly. You're right on top of it, Greg. No need to chuck up a 3. Just be smart and get a quality shot.
Orleans will take possession.
Bad turnover, plain and simple. No other way to describe it. I mean, he just threw it out of bounds.
And now they foul and stop the clock. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. Wiggins left side. Nails it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Slane and Lane all coming. Higgins with the confidence to put the team on his back when it matters most.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. T kicks to Wiggins. Excellent D there from Holiday.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
So New Orleans wins it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us.